Hello. Right, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. So we're going to go to workout. 2-minute next. So we got a couple of different ones in here. I'll explain really quickly. Switch your erg mode off. So we got some little warm-up efforts here at the end of the warm-up. They're just like 20-40s, just to bring me up to speed. Rest, straight into the WTF intervals that you've seen me do before. We're going to do 2 sets of those again, being that they were a good dose last week. Plus, I'm adding on 1 minute extra onto both of them, but not maximum. They're going to be at like, well, 437 watts, which is not easy anyway. And then we're going to finish off with some like 10-second surges. So 10 seconds sprint, 10 seconds rest, 10 seconds sprint, 10 seconds rest. We're just going to do that 10 times. So let's jump on in and get done. 45 minutes. Anyway, how are we? It's Nigel. Hello everyone. Yes, that's right, Ruben. It's about 0.99 IF. It probably won't be. It probably won't be. Because I'll probably end up taking the rest sections easier, and I think it's taking the TSS off of literally like maximum. It's theorizing that I'll be able to do like 700 watts for each effort, which I'm not. I've just set it to that so that it's giving me some. So we're probably more in the range of like 60 to 70 TSS rather than 73. Although it's perfectly feasible to do 0.99 IF. Perfectly feasible. This is how we train for it, guys. This is how we train for it. No messing around. You say it's a crazy session, but unfortunately, that's what it takes. Unfortunately. I don't enjoy doing them any more than the next guy. Oh, Nick, how you doing? Yeah, I'm training for something completely different though, Nick. No, Sam, no erg for this. Because it's, for the most part, maximum sustainable effort, so Where did Leo do that, Ruben? You doing in the Zwift race? What does he weigh? Like 70 kilos? Oh, the Zwift workout series. Did he live stream it then, did he? We did 7.7 watts per kilo. Pretty strong. That probably equals my best. That does, but my FTP is like that. His FTP is like that. In comparison. So I'd say I do pretty well if I can hang on to Leo for 4 minutes. I wouldn't say that's a strength of mine. My headwind is right there, but it's stacked on some papers, so it's angled upwards. I haven't actually eaten that much today. Funny enough. Funny how Andrew Feather does like 9.4 watts per kilo for 3 minutes. And like, that's almost 2 watts per kilo more than what Leo's just done for 4. Okay, granted that's a minute longer, but you get the picture. Pretty mental. By the way, before anyone says anything, nobody gives a stuff about the stars on the left. Nobody gives a stuff. The target wattages mean nothing in this workout. Absolutely nothing. Feather's a monster. He doesn't do much training though, which is weird. Unless he doesn't post to Strava. Only training he does is go for comms. And there's me doing workouts like this. Yeah, I know, but it's a weird way of training though, isn't it, Keith? It's a weird way of training. Like, he never like does more or less throughout the year. He always maintains the same. And so, if there's no increase or decrease in volume or intensity, how does he get better or worse? Because remember, fitness never stays the same. It either decreases or it increases. So if you did the same thing through the year, with the same efforts and the same training, how is he increasing? Unless, like I said, he doesn't put everything on Strava. A lot of people actually dislike his com hunting. I say that with Scott listening, because he just goes out and he just like literally puts him beyond all doubt until someone like me turns up, or someone like you, Zach, for instance. No, I don't. It'd be interesting if we had a proper insight into his training and like how he periodizes it and how he gets better and how he changes during hill climb season. Because at the minute we're just going off the fact that, well, he's fast and he just takes KOMs. But like, how does he, like Phil Guyman, like trains and maintains? Maybe, Keith, maybe, but you know, he could be better potentially. He could be. That's all he's doing really, is accumulating time in zone. He's not actually doing like a structured workout session. He's just accumulating time at like 500 watts or something like that, which doesn't, like, it makes you better, but that's not the end. Like, he must be doing something somewhere that's pushing him to the next level. Because I have to do a lot of hard training to maintain my level, but he's making it look easy by just going out and smashing KOMs. So people look at me and look at like my, 6.5 to 7 watts per kilo, but they miss the point that I've got to train. That's why I always say, like, don't get fit, get fat. Like, literally don't get fit, because you have to do so much training to maintain it, but he's not. Like, well, he is 12 hours a week, but there's not a lot of like structure in it. Every time you look at a ride, it's like he does a lot of riding, and then well, don't get me wrong, Keith, he's definitely improved over the years, but how? That's what everybody wants to know, isn't it? I want to know. You guys see how I improve every year. How does he improve every year? It's interesting how we can take other people's training and apply it to ours and see, what works for him and then what works for somebody else. And, I'm not acting Andrew Feather, I'm saying. Because I'm racing against Andrew Feather about 5-6 years ago, and he just get dropped in road races. And then, like, the next year he'd come back and then he'd be better. And, he'd be in the break with me then. And then he'd be like going really hard up the climbs, and he'd be like, whoa, okay, like, he's got something. Yeah, that's what I mean, Keith. You have to do more or more focused. Either more volume or more focus. If a World Tour rider just ended up doing less training, then yes, I mean, they could stagnate, but some riders do really well off it. Anyway, guys, we've got to get into this now. We've got to get into this. Here we go. First rep coming up of the first set. This is where the Nationals won or lost. In a week's time. Or just over a week. Yeah, that's incredible, Keith. Like, standing virtually the whole time. And I'll tell you something else now in a second. Just let me do this. what I've actually found is that if I go off really hard and then like try and hold on, I fail badly. But if I do, say, 480 for like a minute and then go up to 600, I can do it. Well, not yet. I don't like using the word can't. It's not accurate. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's win the National Hill Climb. Not that we're going. But in my head. In my head. It's easier to do this indoors. You just focus on the banner. You don't look at the clock. So much easier mentally. Oh boy. Oh. Oh my word. Yeah, tagged on another minute, yeah, that's right. So, just for experimental purposes, more than anything, because obviously, as you know, the rest gets shorter, specifically when you get to the last, like 2, when you get 20 and 10 seconds rest respectively. But like, you get to, I feel like, for me anyway, I get to that last minute, and that's obviously like as hard as I can go for that minute. It's not like, well, it's not my best 1 minute, obviously. It's far from it, but it's doing it at the end of all of that work. And then also I've noticed that if I had 10 seconds rest, because my last, it's almost like my body's catching up. It's hard to explain that, isn't it? But it feels like I'm catching up with the effort. So hence why I threw in that last minute with only 10 seconds rest. Just to see what happens, and if anything, it'll be the next set that'll test it. Because this first set is okay, because, you know, there's lots of red, but if you watch last week's, like basically the last minute of last week's second set, like I was cooked. I couldn't even get, well, I was basically doing like low yellow for the last 1 minute. So it wasn't great. Phil, can I say something, Keith? Like Phil's a really punchy rider when he wants to be, but he's a bit like me in the sense that like it's really hard to tap into it. And that's where training it is really gonna like switch that, I think. Even just for the Zwift racing that he wants to do now. Yeah, Q. Well, yeah, I think so, Q. I mean, basically the same minute if you look at it, but I was sat down for that hole. So what I'll try and do, I mean, I'll try and stand up for the next one. Well, for the last minute of the second set. But it's actually like really difficult to like my first 1 minute effort is supposed to be maximum, and then the second 1 minute, which is the one I've added on this week, is not maximum. I am actually trying to hold like 420, so I could probably do more, but the idea is I'm supposed to give more in those efforts earlier. That's where you know you're really in oxygen debt. It's that last minute where you're like, it's basically time to give up. Yeah, I hear you, Keith. He's not been riding long, has he? To be fair, Phil. He's only been riding a year, if that. Right, we're going to get after this last set. We're going to get after it. We need to race with Phil more, I think. We should get everybody in the chat in a Zwift race. Okay, here we go. Time to switch on. Time to switch on. What time are you racing? Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. I'll ride it, Phil. I'll ride the PRL. Anybody else seen that race? It's going to be so much fun. Here you go. I think it's because I'm getting warmed up, Q. I'm better warmed up now. I saw the question just now. You're gonna get out of this summer, Q. I was gonna say, I saw a question that basically, in theory, yes. So what you were saying was, surely like my power's going to drop so much that I'm riding the threshold or up the threshold instead of actually targeting VO2 max. But focus away from the numbers. You have to focus away from the numbers in interval sessions like this. It's not about the numbers, because yes, my power might be dropping, but just the same reason when you do a VO2 max test, you know, you're taken to the limit and then it's about how long you can hold there. And if you start dropping off, that's the point then basically of the test. Whereas with this, the point is I'm going to the limit, and then like physically, like legs wise, I'm like, I was talking about the PRL. Well, it does actually relate to it, because the power is dropping, but basically what's happening is physiologically inside I'm still in massive oxygen debt, so I'm not recovering. Even though I'm riding at threshold watts, I'm technically maximum, that's as hard as I can go under that workload. So technically it's, you know, that's why I say it's not about the, it's the DBR race. DBR race, guys. Yeah, ramp test, yeah, 100% Kelvin, I think, yeah. Well, Keith, you'd be 4 hours in then, wouldn't you? 3.5 hours in. So it'll come down to your endurance then, won't it? And how close you've been working to FTP for the last 3.5 hours. Say if I was only working at, say, 70% of my FTP for 3.5 hours, I might be able to do it. But if you're working at like 85-90% of your FTP for 3.5 hours, you might struggle to do a VO2 max effort. But they won't be VO2 max efforts, mind. Like, at least for half the race, they won't be VO2 max. Because people will be wanting to survive, won't they? For most of it. Why don't you just do a couple of laps, guys? Just do like 3 laps or something. Oh, true, yeah, there's points on the climbs. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe the climb will only be hard at the top. So if anything, it'll be anaerobic effort rather than VO2. Are they at the actual top, as in the banner? Or are they at the bit where it goes down and then kicks up again? Oh no, they'll be at the banner, won't they? Yeah, they'll be at the banner. Sam, send me a message. Send me a WhatsApp message. I don't quite understand what you're saying. Well, I do, but I'm like 10 seconds away from a sprint. Okay. These aren't going to be like maximum. Oh boy. Oh my word. Oh, Russ Downland's giving us a ride on. Wow. Those are cool intervals, those. And cruel as well. Cool and cruel. I think I meant cruel. Cruel. But, hey, you gotta look happy when you're flogging yourself. It's how you get better, isn't it? It's how you get better. I want to avoid all those cliches. Yeah, at some point I was like, what's the point of me streaming these? But Robin, I remember you saying that it'd be good to see what interval session I'm doing in preparation for the hill climb champs, and not that I'm just, you know, all talk and no trousers. I'm actually gonna do them. And like, the thing is, I'd probably be better off doing them outside. But in terms of like showing you guys and you seeing it and you getting something out of it, it's far better me doing it like this rather than trying to make a vlog about it. Yeah, true, Ruben. So, yeah. Basically, I'm only doing like one of these sessions a week. Like one or two of these sessions a week. Not even the same. Like I'll do one session like this, which, you know, I live stream, and then another session is kind of just, you know, a bit of fun. Well, when I say fun, I mean basically like doing efforts similar to this, but not as hard. It's not even the effort that makes them hard. It's actually the length of it. Like, thing is with that, there was 10 reps of those sprints, and as you can see, like heart rate just climbs gradually all the way through. So I could probably do a few more, but you know, we'll see. We'll give this a week now, and we'll see. Like, we'll do some testing, we'll obviously test on the day of the Nationals, as long as it's good weather. If it's not good weather, like if it's similar weather here to that it is at the Nationals over in England, then I'll do a hill climb myself on the Sunday. But Phil, I'm not doing them again. But if not, I'll choose a nice day or similar day weather-wise to do it. I have to find a climb first to have my own Nationals on, and then we'll see how we get on. I already feel stronger though. I don't know whether it looks it, but like even the race the other night, the WTRL team race, I felt like, well, actually like my new peak power there, indoors for like 1 minute 30 was like 9 watts per kilo. So like if I could do like a little bit more outside, like I'm knocking on for 10 watts per kilo for a minute and a half, I'd hope. But it's all good practice, isn't it? For what? I don't know. Oh. Yeah, true guys. It is, yeah, my kick is definitely growing. So it's all positive. Anyway, 45-minute workout, although I've ridden for 50 minutes because I had a little ride before joining you. So there we have it. Thank you, Keith. Oh my word, that graph looks an absolute mess. It looks like an absolute mess. Lots of grey in there, and 52 TSS, so that's interesting. Like the spikes at the end, the sprints at the end, how I have a good one at the beginning, then it kind of plateaus and does this kind of inverted U, and then not inverted U. What is it, U? I've been winning every race. I could try it. Kelvin, you're right. Yeah, I could try one. I could try it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll think about it. I need to like set up a premium account with RGT then to do it tonight and stuff. So we'll see. Yes, Phil. Yeah, reverse permits, right? Yeah, we're all doing the PRL now, guys. Even if we only do half of it, because then we'll have to do a team time trial afterwards. Remember, team time trial training. So yeah, let's recap and shut it down. How would I rate my experience today? Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, I mean, what do we say? To be fair, not much to say about it. Definitely better the first set in terms of these, but then I didn't go as hard here. I think I was partly down to the warm-up. But certainly, it's quite funny how the body responds to, like, you know, you do the initial burst, the heart rate gradually comes up, and then like as soon as you start going over, like, that's the 30-second effort. Once you get that done, the 40-second effort kind of takes a lot out of you, and then you just stay there then. It's like a world of pain after that 40-second effort, so. Still, it's worth it, innit? It's worth it. Change everything we do just for one race that's 2 minutes long. You're logged off for what, Gus? The team time trial? I think we're just rolling round, aren't we? We're not going to do like anything like wacky in the team time trial. Kelvin, I think I'll get in touch with RGT because I've been in touch with them in the past about stuff, so I might be able to. They might be able to sort me out with a premium account. I don't know why I just said that live on stream, but Q, do you want to try this workout? Send me an email. I'll send it to you. In fact, anybody that wants this workout, drop me an email. Just edlavrak@yahoo.com. So I'll send it over. It just saves you, like, you know, writing it up, or, you know, doing it for yourself. So Keith, that'll be a good one. I think it might be a little bit easier, if that makes any sense. Like, I think, like, it would be a really good like pyramid session. I think it would be. Like, goodness knows, man, that, I think the 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 50 seconds, 40 seconds, that's going to be like, I think that's like, that will be mental. But I think I should try it. Maybe I should try it early next week. Ah, damn. No, I can't try it early next week because we've got the WTRL. Although it's a team time trial, so yeah, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it Tuesday morning. Oh, definitely cute. And you'll have to send us the you'll have to let us all know when you're gonna go live. The workout does not come with life insurance. Well, that's the thing I was thinking, Gus. Like, at what point, like, how hard can I? How does it work? Like, if I was to do 7 watts per kilo pulls. That's right, Q. Yeah, bang on. If I was to do like 7 watt per kilo turns, would that, like, I mean, it's a flat course, isn't it, in France, so I'm sure that would, like... Okay, Niels is on it. Yeah, I get you, Keith. I get you, yeah. I mean, that'll be a solid workout. That'll be a really good one. In fact, I might mock it up now on Trading Peaks to see what it looks like. Man, that'll be grim. In fact, you might want to think about if you're doing it that way around. So if you're gonna combine the two, but obviously flip the second one round and then combine them, I think you might want to put like maybe 30 seconds of rest rather than 10 seconds of rest between those, just so that you can maybe get a bit out of yourself, a bit more out of yourself in that last bit. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to sacrifice. You know, I know I said it's not all about power, but you don't want to you don't want to start sacrificing that last bit at the interval. You still want to be able to push good numbers and not fail, if that makes sense. There's no drafting then, Robin. Yes, Josh. Yeah, it would be beneficial to lower the numbers so I can hit them. Yeah, sure. But I'm a bit mentally. What's the word? I'm a bit messed up in that regard. I prefer it that way around. Yeah, definitely, Calvin. That's how it works in real life. Yeah, you know, you would go longer, you wouldn't go harder. But what I'm saying is, you know, if the time trial is only, you know, 30 minutes, for example, you know, I can do 7 watt per kilo pulls for 2-3 minutes. I mean, when you say a long pull, like in a team time trial, a long pull is like 40 seconds. That's a long pull. So like, I wouldn't pull for 40 seconds. I'd pull for like a minute, you know, a minute and a half. Well, a minute really, actually. I wouldn't pull very longer. But we haven't even talked about it yet, so we're just like, we're literally shooting the breeze. Oh my word, I can't keep up the chat now. Do we have a heavy guy? Maybe we can bring in Pritch for just a time trial. We definitely need a Pritch. Oh my word, I can't keep up with the chat. Guys, what are you doing? You're blowing up the chat. Everybody can draft a TT boy, yeah. What are we saying? I tell you what, I'm actually like, I'm really interested in the pacers. You know, you can jump in game and just jump in with a pacer. I think it's really interesting. I think it'd be a really good way to include in your training, apart from like you'd use it as a, not like a motor pacer, but do you get me? Like you'd use it as a group ride. So if you were a B cat rider and you wanted like a motor pacing style session, you could jump in with the A pacer, and that would give you a really good like half an hour session. Oh my word. We're getting like far too many messages in chat. Yeah, there's actually like quite a few the wall mouse move. There's actually quite a few which one is that, Keith? Which video is that? I'll go and check that out. Oh, about the pacers. Yeah, oh my word, I'm like 5 minutes behind the chat. Yeah, the pacers are kind of quite good. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, everybody knows where Gus is. Yeah, there's quite a few options for the team time trial. I mean, it's not just as straightforward, I think, as you know, certainly tactics come into play. I'll share with you like an insight into, if any of you have heard of the Tour Series, which actually Cam has come second in a round of the Tour Series at Durham, which is quite like fast technical criterions in the UK. So I did one about 7 years ago with JLT Kondo, and we did a team time trial around Ipswich, and it was around the town centre, and it was really twisty and technical. And the fastest way, it was a 5-man team, and the fastest way of doing the time trial, because you had to finish with all 4 men, was actually to ride just 2 fast men on the front, and you just change once. So one guy do 1 lap, which was about 1.2k, as hard as he could. The rest of us would just hang on, and then he'd peel off, and the second guy in the line would go as hard as he could for a lap, and that would be it. So sometimes it's like the simplest, the simplest tactics sometimes work. So yeah, we'll definitely have to chat about it. Do we actually have 6 guys to race? We probably do, don't we? Me, Gus. Yeah. Okay. So, we gathered the troops. Nice one. Okay. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna get cleaned up and do some stuff. A nice one, Niels. I look forward to it. I've got a little bit of a free afternoon, so okay. Thank you so much for watching. It's 2 o'clock. An hour has passed, so thank you for joining. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers, Phil. Cheers, Mick. Thanks for that. Oh, if I can get off my bike. Oh. Thank you, Keith. Enjoy them, Calvin. see you all again soon. I appreciate your time.